Hey, Chelsea.
Okay. Hi, Marlia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, hi everyone else as well. I'm Chelsea Allison, and today we are going to talk about some surveys this spring. And I have Marlia and Molly. They are other graduate students at UT. Marlia is going to be your main proved contact for the RCT schools. Molly is also learning about Qualtrics, and she will be working on other surveys, because believe it or not, we have other projects going on that we have surveys for as well. But I have also listed her contact information, so she will also be somebody, if you can't get a hold of Marlia for some reason for a little bit and you've given her a few days, you're more than welcome to email Molly as well. So I hope that's okay with Molly, but that's just, how we'll roll. So sometimes we get busy as grad students with classes, and I know these two are super busy because I've taken these classes before. So anyway, I'm gonna share my screen. And thanks for everyone for jumping on. I appreciate it. If at any time you have any questions, you're more than welcome to interrupt me. Or
it's unstable. Mine is unstable.
You're more than welcome to interrupt me, or just write a question. I'll also take questions at the end. I might write them down, or type them up. And I'll send out an email with all of these recordings. I will send out an email with the PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you, and then maybe any other questions that I get if we get a bunch. So feel free to ask as many questions. I think I send really long emails sometimes, and I'm not always clear in when I send out emails, so I really wanted to do a webinar just to kind of talk about things, and it's easier for me to communicate that way, I think. So I'm going to share my screen, and I may not be able to see if you write a question, so feel free to interrupt. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay. So first of all, I know I've said this a few times in my email, so I am almost 36 weeks pregnant, so that's why Marlia and Molly are taking over for me. After a few weeks from now, anything, I could fall off the face of the planet for a few weeks. So this is why I really wanted to kind of talk about everything, introduce you to Marlia and Molly, and just lay everything out just so we're clear and we can clarify any questions that you may have now. It'll help everyone as we're going through this process. So today we're just going to talk about a few different things about how it's going to go. So we're going to talk about customizing your survey, which I've sent you out an email. I'll go into more of these in detail in subsequent slides, but I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what we'll talk about today. We'll talk about the first day of your finals, why it's important. I'm going to ask you to test your survey links. We're going to talk about why you'll receive a participant email list. You will also receive daily email reports like you did in the fall, and how to utilize those the best you can. And then I'm talking about how long the surveys will be open, what's going to happen when they're open, and what will happen when they're closed. Really, this spring is really hands-off for you for surveys. Really focus on your intervention. Try not to worry about your surveys. I'll kind of talk about some things that you might want to think about and just monitor as your surveys are going out. But really, you've done the work already. You've had your minimum of 50 participants, so you've done a great job. Everything else is in our hands and in Qualtrics' hands, which is a beautiful program when it works really well. So today, I asked you to send me, to use that Qualtrics link on the email that I sent you on March 2nd. This email was titled Important Info About 2018 Spring Surveys, Please Read. So if you can do this by midnight tonight, that would really help us get things going and stay on our deadlines. I've put the link there. You can also refer back to that email that I sent you. But this is so if in the fall you had a customized end of survey message, if a lot of things might have changed from fall to now, you might not be offering, you know, kind of a stipend or a gift card or a drawing anymore. So you might want to change what the wording of that is. I sent you an email if you did have an end of survey message explaining what, or, you know, reminding you what your end of survey message was. So you should be able to see that. So if in Qualtrics, you know, with that link that's there on the screen, if you can, if you want to change it, if you don't want to change it, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to change it, please do so there. Also, we are sending an email via Qualtrics, and you're more than welcome to add a line or a short paragraph at the end of that email to kind of customize it for your participants, or just kind of remind them what, you know, if you do have an incentive for them to fill out the surveys, that would be great. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so if everyone can mute their Zoom, that would be really helpful so everyone can hear well. Thank you. So you'll see the email is there that we're going to be sending out, and this is for intervention and control schools. And so this is how it's going to look. You do not have to send, you know, you don't have to have a short paragraph or a line entered there, but if you do, just use that Qualtrics link to tell me what you'd like. That is the best way. Emails sometimes get lost, so anytime I ask you to fill something out with Qualtrics, that's just ensuring that things will be done correctly for your school. So go ahead and look at that email. Like I said, I'll send out these PowerPoints, and decide if you would like to change your add to that email at all. And please do this by midnight tonight, so again, we can stay on our deadlines. Okay, why isn't this going? Okay, also due by today, we have asked you to give us the first day of your final exams. And this is because we want to send out the surveys and the automated emails 4 weeks before this first day. So how things will work is Qualtrics will send an automated email with the survey link to all your participants who took your survey in the fall, 4 weeks before that first day. And then 2 weeks later, Qualtrics is really cool and will send out a nudge or another email just asking, please fill out this survey. It's going to be the same email with the survey link again. And Qualtrics only sends it to those who have not taken the survey. So once a participant has taken the survey, we stop bothering them, which is really wonderful. So please send us the first day of your final so we know. If you do not do this, we'll send out an automated email on April 2nd, because that's kind of the average time where most schools will be sent out. But I've seen, you know, some surveys are going to go out as early as March 26th, and some won't even go out till late May, but because schools are just so different. And this will help you keep on track with your intervention, especially if you have like maybe a later finals date. You know, you'll have more time to do your intervention, and it'll just be really good. It's our part of our design. So please do this. Use that Qualtrics link again. You just put your name, your email, and then the first day of your final exam week, 4 weeks. So by tomorrow, I'm going to send you a link. This is your customized link that will be sent to you and your other contacts, and this is for you to test. Just to note, and I will put this in the PowerPoint, the link has changed since fall. So you cannot use the link that you had for your fall 2017 survey, because these links are different. So please use the link that we send you tomorrow to test your survey. So please test your survey. It is impossible for us to go and take 60+ surveys and test them adequately. You know your survey best. You know, you've probably tested it a few times in the fall, so it's just really important that you test your survey. And use your email address so you can make sure that you are receiving the wellness report. Again, your participants will be getting this again this spring so they can compare their scores to how they did in the fall. And so use your email address so you make sure that you're receiving that wellness report. And we'll delete these responses when we clean your data, so it's not a big deal if you use your email address right now. If you do test your survey, please test it now, but if for some reason one of your participants said, oh, this is not working, and you need to go in and test your survey link after your participants have already started filling out the survey, try to use that test@gmail.com for the emails so we can remove these links or remove these entries when we clean the data. We just don't want that faulty data to be part of your data analysis. So it makes it easy for when we're cleaning 60+ schools. Okay. So by Monday, March 19th, we are going to send you an email list of all the participants that took your survey in the fall. And then we're going to send you the email with your customized edition, just like it's going to look when Qualtrics sends out this email with the customized link. I'm going to talk about more. Did somebody have a question? Okay, sorry, I heard something. So I'm going to tell you why we're going to be sending you this in a little bit, but just please keep this email, the email list that I'm going to send you, in your files, so it's easily accessible when you need it. Because you might have to, like if you lose it, you might have to email Marlia. It might take her a few days to respond. It might take her a few days to, get it to you correctly. Like it just will delay your process. So please, 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 and I will reiterate this in my email, just keep this email list and the copy of the email with your customized link handy, because you may need it and you might want to use it. And I will explain to you later, but I'm going to send this by Monday, so you should have it really soon. Okay, so 4 weeks before your finals date, as I mentioned, you're going to, Qualtrics will automatically email all of your participants that took your survey in the fall. And with that email, and then with the link asking them to take the survey again, you will start getting your daily email reports on that day, just like you did in the fall. So you can monitor how many people are taking your survey, and they will stop once your survey is closed. 2 weeks before your finals date, Qualtrics will know who has not taken that survey yet, and will nudge them with another email for them to take it. So, like I already mentioned before. If you feel your participant numbers are low, say for instance, the first email goes out 4 weeks before your finals date, and you see nobody has taken your survey in the first few days. There might be something fishy going on. Sometimes Qualtrics emails from UT, just because we're an outside school, an outside source, it will go to a participant's email, or I'm sorry, spam folder. So your participants might not get our automated emails. This has happened it depends really on the school's email system. And so I can't tell you why some schools have it and some don't, but this is why you're getting these automated or these daily reports, is so you can see if students are taking them. Even if you have 5 participants take it in the first few days, then you might still think something's fishy. Maybe some students email, or some students are getting the email and most of them are not. So if you feel your participant numbers are low and you suspect that participants are not receiving the emails, then you can choose to send them an email from your university or college email address. This is where that email that I send you with your customized link comes in handy. I'm giving you an email list of all the students who have taken your survey, and then I'm giving you an email. So you just need to send that out manually, blind carbon copy all of these participants just to keep their confidentiality. But this is to ensure that your participants are receiving your email. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I really recommend if you feel like something is up, then please do that. We're setting you up so you are able to do that. That's why it's important to keep that email list, yeah, just kind of keep an eye on it. This is how I said, you know, most of this survey stuff is going to be hands off for you. However, you know, you still need to keep an eye on it. You want some good post-test data to show that your intervention is working. And so this is really a way to ensure that you're going to get more survey participants this spring. Can you all mute? There's somebody on the phone. Thank you. I'm getting some feedback. Sometimes people can't hear. So if you're on the phone, just mute it. Thank you. So there was something else I was going to say about that, but I don't remember. If you have any questions about that, please email me. This is completely up to you. And so use your judgment of whether or not you want to send that out. Oh, I remember. So you can also, you know, you can see how many the participants through your daily email reports who have taken that survey. And if you are sending an email manually from your email address, it might be nice to take those people out of that email. So you don't send those participants who have completed your survey to emails asking them to take the survey when they already have. I think that makes sense. Okay. So we'll send that to you, that email, the email list by Monday, March 19th. Please keep it on your files, keep it handy. When your survey will close, we'll keep your survey open for the 4 weeks. So when your finals start, it'll be closed. Through our experience with surveys, if your participants have not completed the survey by then, they're not going to complete the survey. So, you know, one email, and then if they get nudged again and they haven't taken it, they're not going to take it. So we're going to close it after 4 weeks, just like it would happen for our fall 2017 survey. When your survey is closed, we'll clean your data and send it to our West Virginia team to create the footprint report for you. You'll receive this in the summer. I'm not positive on the months or the month when you'll receive this, and you'll also receive the raw and score data file again, like you did from when I sent that to you, so you can analyze your pre and post data. Other items, the intervention and control school participants will receive wellness reports this spring. That, you know, doesn't really pertain, it's not any different for you all. And if your participants are not receiving these reports, please ask them to check their spam or trash folders before contacting us. This usually alleviates it. Again, sometimes Qualtrics just goes to that spam folder. So if you have a few saying, I haven't gotten my wellness report, just have them check there. Even if they had their wellness report sent to them directly through email in the fall, something might have changed with your school and it could be in their spam or trash folder, you know, this spring. So just ask them to check that before you contact us. That usually alleviates it. If you test your link, I've already said this, but I just wanted to remember, if you test your link after the survey link has gone out to participants, please try to use the test@gmail.com so we can remove these entries when we clean your data. Your email list. On Monday, when I send you the email list, it might look like you have more participants than you thought. Even your scored data files that I sent you after your data was cleaned, you know, you might have seen, oh my gosh, I have more participants than I thought, you know, than the 50 that we had. Well, a lot of times, well, we do, not a lot of times, we include participants who only partially completed the survey. So you do have partially completed survey data, and you'll also get these partially completed those participants who didn't completely take your survey in the fall. So you'll have them on the email list as well. And what's new with the spring 2018 survey? Nothing is new except for intervention schools, which is you all. There is a like little FRUVed impact survey. I think it's 8 questions, just asking participants if they've been part of FRUVed events, if they work on FRUVed, if that's kind of helped them change health behaviors, things like that. When you test your link, you will see these questions, but it's just a way for us to gauge, how the intervention went, how many of your participants who are completing the surveys were reached by the intervention. So contacts for spring 2018, you can contact me until Monday, March 26th. You are more than welcome to CC me on any emails after that. I am not due until April 12th, but this will be a great transition period for Marlia. She can start receiving all your emails and then ask me for questions if she has them for those few weeks where I'm waiting for this baby to come. So again, you're more than welcome to even CC me after March 26th. I may not respond. I anticipate that once I have my baby, I will put my out of office message up. So I will communicate that to you. But just try to, contact Marlia after March 26th, and she will help you with any questions that you may have. And then other contacts, we have Molly, and of course we have Carrie, who all of you know. She can be your third in line contact if you cannot get a hold of Marlia or Molly, but they are your 2 kind of Qualtrics people, Marlia in particular. So Molly will be busy with other surveys and answering other questions, but she's also going to be working on them. And so what questions, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And what questions do you all have for me? Or Dr. Colby, if you have anything else to add.
No, it was fantastic. Really, really great.
Okay, well, we can keep it open for a few questions. I guess if no one has any questions, you all are more than welcome to go, and I can hang around for a few minutes if you don't want to ask in front of everybody else, but feel free to email me with any questions. And I will post the PowerPoint I just had and this recording too. I will send these to you today.
Sounds great. And I will go ahead and stop recording. So if there are any questions before I stop recording,